Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, man. Happy Tuesday. How was the content looking? Now, how was the content looking? Today is, I believe, the 29th, right? July 29th. But July is almost over, y'all. July has came and went. I want to talk about something that took place yesterday in Midtown Manhattan. We had an active shooter. This guy, and I was just in Midtown Manhattan, man. We're gonna look at this together this morning. A little different content, right? All right, several shot killed, man, in Midtown Manhattan, right? This is gonna be courtesy of Fox. We're gonna look at this together. I'm gonna blow this up, turn this down a little bit, blow it up together.
Saw a person walk in with an AR-15 gun. Witnesses say that they heard pops. What we know confirmed is at least 2 people have been shot at a Manhattan office building. In that area, there's Bank of America, a number of banks, too, a very, very heavy police presence in that office building in Midtown Manhattan. We do have
stop it real quick. So this took place yesterday. An active shooter, Midtown Manhattan. Also, the NFL offices are in that building. Now, I don't know if that was targeted because of the NFL offices, but Midtown Manhattan is the popular, it's Manhattan period, but he went to a place that has a lot of, well, Midtown period, it's just a lot of going on. But there was police presence in this building, because like I said, the NFL offices, there's many things going on in this one particular building that this guy went up in. I'm pretty sure more details are probably out now. More details will come out. And I believe the gunman also lost his life. We'll look into that. And we'll just outline a little bit of this together.
With the very latest, Kendall, if you can hear us, where are you and what can you tell us?
Hey, what's going on, Natasha? We're here along 54th and Park Avenue, the building in the middle of this right there near 940 feet away from us. And they've been pushing us back for quite some time as well since we've gotten here. We talked to a bunch of witnesses who told us they heard some of those shots ring out. They also heard warnings coming from other citizens that there was a shooter inside that building. And I have some of those witnesses right here. I'm going to be joined by one of the individuals who was inside pretty close by. Talk to me about what you saw, what you heard. Just tell me.
This guy right here was a witness on the scene. We're going to listen to what he had to say. He was a witness, so this is going to be his first can account. Is that correct? Did I say that correct? First can account of what he see. This is courtesy of Fox News, but this is the news by Shanewz, Source Experience. Let's get to his account.
I was city biking home from work today from downtown, and I pulled up and I saw, 3 or 4 cops, going in with guns. I saw a car, black, BMW parked right outside the building, which looked like, the shooter's car. And then I saw, 5 minutes later, 2 people getting dragged out by police. Not sure if it was the shooter or civilians, but I saw 2 people, immediately put in an ambulance. Couldn't tell if they were alive or dead, but yeah.
So that was his account. This guy witnessed it. He said he witnessed people being drug out or brought out. He didn't know if they was alive or dead, but he knew that they were victims. They were being brought out. This is his account.
here.
You said that you thought there was some sort of robbery or something going on. And
Yeah, it looked at first like it was some sort of robbery, and then they, transitioned into I believe that's the Blackstone building. And then, three or four cops immediately went in, and then, 5 minutes later, a couple hundred cops and, first responders showed up, and, two people came out, in the hands of the law enforcement. I'm not sure if they were alive or dead, but it looked like, it looked kind of dead to me.
And to see this type of response here along
now, did you catch that he said they looked kind of dead to him? Now I'm gonna, after I'm done with this one, I'm gonna go into a couple people did die. That has been confirmed. Also, the gunman, the man, has been eliminated as well. We'll get to that in a second. We just switching up the content this morning. The news by Shanewz, Source Experience. This took place yesterday. I meant to come on last night and do this. But, sometimes when I get home from the gym and I shower and I unwind, it'd be hard. Because I really get comfortable, right? I get comfortable. But I did say I was going to do this yesterday after I walked my dogs. I didn't get a chance to, right? But I'm doing it now. Hopefully you guys are digging the content. We switch it up every once in a while. But just imagine, like I said, I was just out there. I think they said 52nd or 50th at Park Avenue. That's right around the corner from where I was basically at. I had walked down to Park Avenue because I had to go get I walked to 34th and Park because I wanted to go get a disc. But just imagine, like I said, Manhattan everything is going on out there. So just imagine being in a building and seeing a guy, they say, with an AR-15 assault rifle, opening fire. Now, we always hear about this happening in different places. This is now in Midtown Manhattan. A lot of times when you hear these active shooters, they're in rural areas. This is the big city. New York, big city of dreams. This happened in the big city of dreams. Let's take that into consideration.
businesses, including where you work as well. I mean, surprised about it.
Yeah, sorry, say that again.
To see this type of response.
See this guy running out. Look at the picture.
Yeah, it's shocking. I've been living here for 7 or 8 years, and I've never witnessed something like this. Very sad, and I hope everyone's okay. And shout out to the police and first responders for showing up within minutes to the situation. So I hope everyone's okay. Yeah. Yeah. So
there's other witnesses here. Well, folks here in this area who are evacuated. They've been here for a while. We're going to bring a couple more in. Just what did you see earlier when you got here? Just talk to me about it.
So my office has an exit on 52nd and Park, so I was just leaving to go home, and I go east, and we were on the block, saw just a few cop cars, a few machine guns like running around, and then out of nowhere they started pushing us down to 53rd because they realized that the shooter was in the 30th window and we were in the shooting zone. And then,
Did you hear that? Let's stop it again. This is another witness that was on the scene. She said her office exits out of 52nd and Park. They were outside. The police came and got them because the shooter had made it to the 30th floor. The 30th floor, and they was in the shooting range. Now, if you know about these buildings in Midtown Manhattan and Manhattan period, they are skyscrapers, right? Long, big buildings. So he had made his way up to the 30th floor, and they were in the shooting range. Was he shooting down at the pedestrians on the ground? We don't know. I don't know. We're watching this together. This is another first-hand account of somebody who, what I like to call, was out there on the front lines. Smash the like button, share the content. The news by Shanewz, live reaction to the live reaction of an active shooter, Midtown Manhattan.
Cops and ambulances have just been coming like crazy.
You've been here for how long now?
Probably about an hour. Yeah, about an hour and a half now, trying to wait. Originally, we were back over on 51st and 52nd, and they started coming like right away, saying "get back, get back." Then you started hearing and seeing cop cars coming from all different directions, the ambulances shutting down the roads, and then we've just progressively been like shut down more and more. And when we asked a police officer, they did confirm there was an active shooter, as if we didn't already know, but they haven't given us any other details. We're finding out from the news more than we are the police officers at this point.
Obviously, it's definitely a situation here. We spoke with another individual who also saw that was evacuated as well. We'll give you the latest on that in just a minute.
Yeah, Kendall, witnesses there painting a really terrifying scene, talking about a shooter perhaps on the 30th floor with police officers running with machine guns. I know that officers are pushing a lot of our reporters around this perimeter. As you can see behind you, still a very active scene. Maybe you can tell us about what's in that area in terms of the building. So I've heard Bank of America, potentially a Blackstone building as well. Any idea of the different businesses that are in that building?
Particularly, I can't tell you particularly owns 943 Park, well 349 Park, and I believe Bank of America is housed within that building as well. So all of the different buildings.
Also, the NFL offices were in that building. It came out. See, this was live, so he really didn't know a lot, right? That's why I wanted to do the live reaction last night, but I got tied up as usual. Did a couple orders. I did 2 orders last night. I did an order when I left the gym. Did one before I went to the gym. So I did do 2 orders. So I didn't get a chance to do it. But now I'm going to shift gears a little bit. I want to go over here and get a look at the guy, because I think there's reports out about him now specifically. The fella who did this, right? They have released, I think, his image, right? They released his image, right? His image has been released, right? They know a little bit about, well, they probably know a lot about him right now. This is there he is right here. Look at, this is crazy, right? There's another one showing him, but look how he's walking. Now you would think that they would have noticed this. If you know about Manhattan, there's a lot of police presence. This is a brazen act. Let's watch this one. It's 45 seconds. This is showing him walking up. He has the AR right there. Where were the cops at? Look at this. Damn, they missed this, man. They really missed this. Look.
That this.
Look.
This is from New York City. A gunman captured right there on surveillance images. This gunman appearing, Giovanna, to hold what appears to be maybe an assault rifle. It is believed that this individual has now committed suicide inside of a building along Park Avenue, in between Park Avenue and Lexington, a facility that actually houses some of the country's top financial firms and the NFL. We do believe there are additionally 2 more victims, potentially a police officer that was injured in this shooting.
Yes, you're looking right now at live pictures from the ground. Again, this is happening in Manhattan, in New York City, and we will continue to.
But damn, he was able to walk down and get access. Now, there's a lot of police presence in Manhattan, man. There are a lot of police presence in Manhattan. So for him to just do that brazen move like that was brazen. That was brazen, right? That was a brazen act. See, look, this is who he is right here. Shane right? Shane Tumora. There's going to be more coming out about him. Maybe I'll do a follow-up later, right? This is who he is, the active shooter, man. Shane Tumora. He killed himself on the 33rd floor. Let's see what we know about him right now. What's coming out about him? He has ties to Los Angeles. You see how a lot of stuff is coming out? Manhattan shooter identified as Shane Tumora, right? Park Avenue shooter Shane Tumora had mental health issues. Here we go. Let's go right here. Let's go to the New York Post. This is courtesy of
the information that I'm about to provide is preliminary and subject to change. At 6:28 p.m., the 911 call center started receiving multiple 911 calls for an active shooter inside of 345 Park Avenue at 52nd Street in Manhattan. Investigation and details are still coming in, but here's what we know so far. Surveillance video shows a male exit a double-parked black BMW.
Heard that, right? So that witness was accurate, right? He exited the black BMW. Remember the guy said, I seen the BMW, yada, yada, live looking, witnesses account. So that right there was confirmed right now by the police. Y'all catching that vibe? So that was confirmed by the police right there. And this is the briefing.
Carrying an M4 rifle in his right hand, he walks towards the building's entrance. That individual was seen exiting the BMW alone. The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer.
Damn.
He then shoots a woman.
So he opened fire. He exited the BMW alone. This is why I said this was brazen, because if you know, right? I'm thinking that. I was just in my hand, like I covered an event. I seen so many police. You see so many police. This guy did this and ran down on the police, lined up on police, man. Normally they would have caught him, but man, the stars was in line for him to be able to get this type of access without being noticed. He had a big gun. That's a big gun, an M4, she said. AR-15 they were reporting, but she said it was confirmed as an M4. He was able to walk and gain access into the building without being spotted.
Who took cover behind a pillar and proceeds through the lobby, spraying it with. He was taking cover behind the security desk. One additional male was shot in the lobby, per his own statement from the hospital. The shooter then calls the elevator, which opens in the lobby. A female exits that elevator, and he allows her to walk past him unharmed. He goes up to the 33rd floor, which is route and management, and begins to walk the floor, firing rounds as he traveled.
So he specifically went to the 33rd floor. We are gathering this information, and this is the debriefing. He came in the building, he shot a cop, shot somebody else, shot a security guard, went to the elevator, seen a lady, he allowed her to exit. But then he went to the 33rd floor. Too bad he murdered himself. But more information is going to come out. Why did he specifically go to the 33rd floor? Now that goes also to the accounts that we've seen of the other witness on the live feed when they said he was on the 30th floor, right? And they was in the shooting range.
Person was struck and killed on that floor. He then proceeds down a hallway and shoots himself in the chest. In total, we have 5 victims. Our officer and 4 other innocent civilians, plus the shooter. The shooter is believed to be a 27-year-old male with a Las Vegas address.
27.
The vehicle he exited. Inside of that vehicle, officers found a rifle case with rounds, a loaded revolver, ammunition, and magazines, a backpack, and medication prescribed to Mr. Tamura. The vehicle was searched by our bomb squad and found to be clear of any explosives. The initial investigation showed...
Man, this is like, he killed himself, so we'll never know his motive unless like he left a note or something. But they're gonna they're gonna dive into this very deep. But it appears that he came from Vegas. Initial reports are showing that. So he drove all the way to Manhattan, to this building, to the 33rd floor, to, kill one person apparently, shoot a couple cops, security guards, then to kill himself. Why this specific building, we do not know yet, or maybe we do. I just didn't get to it yet, but it will definitely come out. But this is in the big city, though. This took place in the big city, Manhattan. Manhattan, big city of dreams, man. Our own backyard. I'm a New Yorker. It's here now.
Was it Mr. Tamura's vehicle traveled cross country through Colorado on July 26th, then Nebraska and Iowa on July 27th, and then in Columbia, New Jersey as recently as 4:24 p.m. today. The vehicle entered New York City shortly thereafter. According to our law enforcement partners in Las Vegas, Mr. Tamura has a documented mental health history. His motives are still under investigation, and we are working to understand why he targeted this particular location.
That's what I want to know, man. I'm going to keep a close eye on this, y'all. But, it seems like he did what I said he did. Now, I don't have a police background, right? But I do work at the Police Athletic League gym, right? And that did kind of tie it. I said, yeah, he had to drive across town, drive across country. Look, you see how fast they have documented that. They tracked his whereabouts July 26th, 27th, and he had entered through New Jersey. And yeah, but man, they figure all this out. But why did he target that specific building? Is my whole thing. Now, we heard reports that this was a financial building, a lot of big time finance. Maybe that could be the reason. But it'll all come out. It'll all come out. But I am going to get on the road. Maybe I'll do a follow-up later. But how's the content looking? I'm here at the desk to show y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. I just want to come in, switch it up a little bit, man. Do current events sometimes too, man. Just not always boxing and reaction. This was a reaction, but it wasn't a boxing reaction. But hopefully you guys dug the source. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, right? Once again, he killed himself, man. So we will never get to understand why he did this. Why did he just target random people across country? Because he came from Vegas. We know that now. We know his mission started in Vegas and ended on the 33rd floor of that building on Park Avenue on 52nd. But why? What triggered him to drive cross country and shoot up a building in Manhattan? What triggered that? Will we ever find out? Time will reveal. Maybe he left clues and other things, but we do know that he was dealing with mental health. He had mental health issues. But my whole thing before I close out is too bad, because there's police all over Manhattan. Too bad they did not spot him exiting the vehicle and walking up with that big gun, because they could have stopped all of this. But maybe it could have went even left, because now if they see him coming up and they attempt to take him down and he opens fire in the streets, right? Just think about that scenario. They probably would have laid him down before he even got a chance to do that. They would have, because he looks like a African-American male. With a big gun like that, African-American males get laid down in New York or period for, presumed to be armed. This guy had a big, long war machine gun. And they probably would have opened fire and took him out if they would have caught that, man. But they did not catch it, man. But this is the Source Experience. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get a coffee this morning. Let's start my day, man. Happy Tuesday, man. I'm going to remix some of the videos and get to my motion, man. I had a good time last night at the gym, as always. Very energetic. Legs are feeling good. I had my vest on last night, right? But this is the Source Experience, the news. Shanewz, media marketing, management, yes, management consultant agent. You know, you do have options.
Yes, this is Source Talk, Showtime, Shanewz, Midi. See, I got the man himself, Mr. Sugar Hill. First off, champ, thank you for your time. This man needs a little introduction.
Sugar Hill on Sauce Talk.
That's right.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimu-Helua. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout-out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
This is your boy Jamel Simplify Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk Podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Simplify, salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.